If you don't want to use preservative or you don't have fridge to store your cake, you need to watch this video. This crispy dry cake is very easy to make and it will last for a long time, and you can snack on it anytime you want. You can also use it as a dessert after meal. It is also called cake rusk. Welcome back to my channel. Day 29 of our baking without oven series. Welcome guys. Today we are making cake rusk, or call it dry cake. The first thing I'm doing here is to grease my pan with vegetable oil, then go ahead and put in some all-purpose flour to just dust it. This is to avoid cake sticking with the pan. So after doing this, I'm going to preheat my pan, my baking pot, since we are not using oven. So we are going to be using pots to bake this. And don't forget, this is part of our baking without oven series. So preheating the pot for 10 minutes will make your cake done faster. Please do not skip this step, because if you skip it, your cake might not come out well at all. So to begin, I'm using this foil paper to cover my pots, because the pots and the cover do not align anymore, so I have to use something to tighten it so that the hair will not escape while the cake is baking. So that's what I'm doing here. So if you have a very tight cover and pots, you don't need this at all. So this is it. I'm using my air fryer rack to elevate my baking pan. You can use stones, you can use sand, you can use any iron object, but this is what I'm using. So now you cover your pots the way I'm doing on the screen. So after covering the pots, you now put on the gas stove. When you put on the gas stove, you reduce it to medium, not high heat and not low heat, just medium. We are using medium heat to preheat our pan, and we're going to be doing this for 10 minutes. So just as you have seen on the screen, just reduce it to medium, then leave the pot for 10 minutes to preheat. So the next thing now is so for this recipe, we are going to be using margarine. I'm going to be measuring my margarine. I'm using 100 gram of margarine. After measuring it, I'm going to melt it, because this recipe requires melted margarine. So I'm making sure that I'm using the accurate measurements. That's why I'm using my kitchen scale to get the proper measurements. I used two types of margarine here. You can see their names on the screen. So eventually I got only one, so I could not even remove it. I boiled water. This water was really boiled. Then I put my butter in an iron container, then put it inside, cover it and leave it, then continue with my preparation. So the next thing, I'm adding my egg into a bowl. The list of ingredients and measurements will be in the description box, or it will be pinned in the comment section. So I'm using 3 eggs for this recipe. You can see that I've already broke my eggs in the bowl. Then you whisk the egg for like 5 minutes. I did mine for like 5 minutes. Then I went ahead with my sugar. I'm using the normal granulated white sugar. I'm using half cup. For the sugar, I think you can reduce or increase it depending on how much you eat sugar, but I think this particular recipe, this amount of sugar is just fine. So again, you continue whisking the mixture until you get this foamy stuff on it. You can see it on the screen. Once you get the foamy stuff, then you can stop whisking and move to the next stage. So we are going to check on our butter. It has melted already. You bring it out and pour it in the content. We are mixing our egg content. You pour it, then you whisk it again for like 2 to 3 minutes. So I wanted to use vanilla flavor, but I realized it has finished, so I replaced it with cinnamon. You can use cinnamon, you can use nutmeg for this, so I'm using cinnamon. Then you whisk it again just to mix it together. This time around, you don't have to over mix here. Here we go. You can take me there. So now I'm going in with our all-purpose flour. I'm going to sieve it. This 1 cup of flour is equivalent to 117 or 160 gram of, what, like in grams. So after that, I went with my baking powder. Then I sieve it into the wet ingredients. So tell me in the comment section if you are going to be making this recipe, and also do not forget to like this video and subscribe if you have not. Thank you. So now you are going to whisk it until it is properly combined. You can see the way I'm doing on the screen. Just use your whisk to make sure that it is smooth. You can see that there is still some lumps here, tiny lumps, but I continued whisking till I got the smooth texture that I want. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. So now it's 10 minutes later and we're about to bake our cake. The first thing we're going to do now here is to reduce the heat to the lowest. Please do not forget, reduce it to the lowest. The preheating stage is over. Then you open your pot and gently place in your cake batter and close it tightly. Do not leave room for air to escape. I did this because I don't want my cake to be bulgy, or what will I call it? Yeah, so cover it and let it bake for 40 minutes without opening. So 40 minutes later, this is what we have. Your own might take longer. I use that toothpick to check if the cake is done, and as you can see, it is done because it did not stick with the toothpick. You can see how fresh it is. Then you cut it like this, the way I'm doing on the screen, and after cutting it like this, you go ahead and cut it thinner because you are going to be rebaking our cake. Although it is done, or you can have your cake like this. This is like a sponge cake, I guess. So because we want it to be a dry cake, I mean cake rusk, so we are going to cut it into shape and size that will make it very easy to dry up when baking. That's what I'm doing here. So after cutting, we are going to arrange it back into the baking pan, then put it back in our baking pot, also on that low heat. Do not forget, when I removed it the first time, I did not off the heat. It was still on a very low heat. The pan is still there, so I will now gently place it inside, cover it, and allow it to bake for 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. So this is 20 minutes later. So you are going to now turn it over so that the other side will also bake. Then you cover it again, allow it to bake for another 15 minutes. I think 15 minutes should be fine, so that you will not burn your cake. 15 minutes should be fine. So after that 15 minutes, if it is not okay and you feel like it's still kind of wet inside, you can continue turning it over and gradually reducing the timing. Maybe this time around, cover it for 5 minutes, not 15 minutes again, 5 or 6 minutes. Then you open it again, you check it till you figure that it is done, like it is dry. Because if you remove it from the pan, if it's a little bit still wet, it's going to get hard when you remove it and let it cool like this. So I'm going to remove it here and I'll let it cool. So I'll now continue the circle till I'm done with my other cakes. So I'm going to continue doing it like this. So guys, like I said earlier, this is the 29th day of our baking without oven series. So I have already made 28 baking without oven series. You see different kind of cakes you can bake without oven. You see different kind of cookies you can make without oven. You even see how to grill your catfish without oven. So you can do well to check out the playlist. It is on my YouTube channel, and I'll also I'll also link it up here. The link will be up here. Just click on it, I'll take you there. So this is the last batch. You can see that this last batch actually got burnt. So our cake rusk is ready, our dry cake is ready. Just let it cool down and store it in an airtight container. You can put it inside your fridge, or you can put it on your countertop. It will not get spoiled because it's already dry. You can use this for desserts, give your kids to take to school, just snack on it anytime, or use it to take tea at your leisure. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.